Good evening, everybody. My name's Lynn McDonald, and tonight I'm going to be covering section 4, which is sponsoring, but not how to find people for your business, how to follow up, and the telephone scripts. Now, just to remind you of the system for success, I got this hand from an old Jan Roo training just to make it nice and easy to remember. So these are the steps that you need to go through if you want to have a successful, clean, easy business. Now, if you just want to earn £200 or £300 a month retailing the products and never develop it any further, then you don't need to do all this. This is for the people who are wanting to earn more than £400 or £500 a month and want to develop a business. So that's our system for success, which you'll see that I do remind you of at every single training practically, because it is about learning the system. This is the part of the system I'm going to cover tonight. But this is the most important step to successful business, is learning that system. And your willingness to learn will determine your level of success. And as you can see there, your job is just to learn the simple system, and our job is just to teach it. Now, I know you see this a lot, but you could have somebody on here for the first time tonight. So communicate upline. It's an established fact that the people who regularly contact their sponsor or successful upline are far more successful than those that don't. So if you want to take your business a step further and start to develop it more than where it is at the moment, then let's step up that communication with the person who you're working with, your sponsor. Now, it says here every day, and that's particularly important for new people. So there's lots to go through, but it just keeps the new person on track. They don't feel lonely, and it gives us an opportunity to guide and train them. But there's no excuse really if you see the different ways that you can contact people nowadays. We had the phone, and I was even thinking about tonight that we had a pager at one time. I remember having the pager. So this is how you learn the system. Speaking to your sponsor, the Facebook team, and the groups that are on there to help you. Speaking to the converted, these webinars, there was a brilliant webinar last night with Mike and Jean Day and others, attending monthly System for Success or other trainings in your area, Millionaires trainings, Birmingham, but studying the business, studying the system, it's all at www.makemoneyfromfb.com and the members area, but most importantly, you learn by taking action. So duplication is really what we're going to be covering tonight. It's the powerhouse to build your business. The key principle in which the business is built is duplication. It is important to point out that absolutely anyone can copy the system because it's very simple. A person's background, education, or work experience or location, anything, nothing is important. Anybody can learn the simple system and the key to duplication. So I'm just briefly going through these. Don't worry, we're going to be covering the duplication. But the first step is the goal setting. The definition of goal setting is the process of identifying something that you want to accomplish and establishing measurable goals and time frames. So the goal has to be in place. Personal development, if you want to improve in any angle of your life, covers activities that improve awareness and identity, develop talents and potential, build human capital and facilitate employability, enhance the quality of life and contribute to the realisation of dreams and aspirations. Right. The next one is your retail, and that is your income story. It's the first step really to duplicate. You can share the business with other people, but we do it by sharing our own income story. As you can see there, facts tell, stories sell. So go out and get yourself a good income story using the catalogues or using the online or both. But the one that, as I said earlier, that we're going to cover tonight is number 4, sponsor. Now, I'm not going to cover how to generate prospects for your business. They did a training, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, rather, on team building on Facebook. And Jane White is going to be doing a training next Wednesday, talk about that at the end, on the other ways that we can team build. Believe it or not, they still work, and there's methods outside Facebook. What information to send is what I'm going to cover tonight. Let the tools do the work. Telephone scripts, what to say, and present the business. Now, as I said, Jane's going to be doing a training next week, and I did a training a couple of weeks ago. You can find that on the webpage. When you're doing what we call prospecting, some people will be interested in finding out more. And all you want to do is ask for the details, telephone and email, and then send them the link to the opportunity video in the K-Life catalogue. Now, I have it set up on this web address. You're quite feel free to use it. www.makemoneyonfbinfo.com, and that has the 2 videos. And after they've sent the videos, you want to follow up with a phone call, at least within 24 hours. Now, I will say at this stage, the telephone process is a sorting process rather than a convincing process. We're not looking to persuade people to join the business. We sort through inquiries to find the people who are open-minded and genuinely willing to find out more about the business and who are wanting to find out more. So don't focus too much on the results. Focus on the activity. We're just people sorting. Now, to help the new distributors, we provide user-friendly scripts that will give you all the information that you need so that you can act confident when you're communicating with your prospective distributors. Using and learning the scripts will enable you to know what to say and how to say it. Especially if you've never done it before, it can seem really daunting. Sometimes if you've just had a holiday, it can seem daunting. Now, the structure of the call, that never changes. And here it's here. And I'm going to break that down to you with my example scripts that I'll go through in a minute. So you want to open the call, set the agenda, ask questions, present the information, and then gain commitment. It's a good idea to have them written down there and have your telephone scripts at the other side of you, and use the scripts. May seem a bit stiff at first, a bit like me with this training tonight, because it's the first time I've done this training. It may seem a bit stiff at first, but the more you practice it, the next time you see this training, that'll be whoosh, perfect, the better you become. So here's the first call. So open the call. Hi, can I speak to Mary, please? And Mary comes to the phone. Hi Mary, my name's Lynn. You recently responded to an advert about earning extra income working from home. And then you want to listen to her reply. Set the agenda. The reason for the call is to give you a bit more information. I just need to ask you a couple of questions, if that's okay. And Mary usually says yes. However, you can see there, if your prospect interrupts with questions, just say, that's the reason for my call, Mary. I'll answer your questions. I just need to ask you a couple of questions and then I'll tell you all you need to know. Well, you're not going to, but I'll tell you a little bit about the business, is what it actually says. Now, this will help keep you in control of the conversation, and probably that should have came first. So, was there anything in particular that made you respond to the advert, Mary? Now, at this point, she's going to give her reasons why she may possibly join the business, and they could be various, but you want to listen. Listening is the most important skill. At this stage, we're building up a profile. We're seeing how the business can help them and see what their circumstances are. So what is your current situation at the moment, Mary? Are you working? You might want to throw in, do you have children? What was it you were actually looking for from this, Mary? Like, what level income? Did you have an idea, an income in mind? Their answers. And how much time do you have available to spend each week on the business? Now, it's just me. You don't have to say on the business, but I do tend to say business all the way through. Hasn't seemed to have stopped me bringing people into the business. Right, so next we want to present the information. Now, many people who are experienced will present the entire business opportunity over the telephone. But tonight what I'm going to be covering is the online presentation. So for this part of the telephone, all you want to say is we're looking for two types of people. People who want to earn part-time top-up income every month of, say, £300 to £600 a month on a part-time basis. And this is done through marketing products online media and by handing out home shopping catalogues in our local area. But we're also looking for more ambitious people to become team leaders, and the team leaders do earn a lot more. Some people are earning over £2,000 a month on a part-time basis. Now, I emailed you 2 short videos. Mary, did you have a wee chance to have a look at them yet? Now, if you haven't had a look at them yet, because there's going to be 2 outcomes, they've looked at it or they've not looked at it. But if they haven't looked at the video yet, you would say, well, how do you feel about that? Would you like to find out more about how you can make money? How soon can you have a wee look at the video, Mary, and I'll arrange to give you a call back, and just arrange a time to call back. If they've watched the video, you can ask them what was the best thing that you could see in the video from your point of view. What did you like most about the video? Now, this is going to give you a positive response. I should say you'll get 2 responses. Positive response coming first. And if you ask them what they like most about the video, they're going to most likely give you the reasons why they're likely to join. At this stage, you might want to ask them if they've got a Facebook account and a little bit about that, because you can let them know, depending if you've been speaking to this as a catalogue lead or a Facebook lead, you can let them know that they can also show them how to make money using Facebook. Now, the next step, Mary, is to go through it with you in more detail. It'll take about 15 minutes, and I need you to be by a computer with internet access. I can't do it right now, but I have a slot this evening, 7 o'clock, or if you prefer tomorrow, I could do it at 3 o'clock tomorrow. Give them an alternative. But book an appointment, gain commitment that they're going to watch the video, Gain commitment that you'll speak to them at 3 o'clock tomorrow and go through the presentation with them. So it's fairly simple and straightforward, and you just literally follow the system and follow the script until you get confident and competent. You might start to add little bits in there. Negative response, we are going to get them. Just for the record, Mary, do you mind me asking what's put you off? Now it says answer objections if required. Now I like to use, I should say, feel, felt, found. So if you could write that down, feel, felt, found. Now some people love this, some people hate this, but this is a guideline for me. So for example, Mary said, I I don't really like Facebook. I say, you know, Mary, I understand exactly how you feel. That's exactly how I felt. I hated Facebook. It wasn't my cup of tea. I'm more a face-to-face person. But since I found that you can make so much money on it, it is a very popular media, and businesses are growing amazingly through Facebook. And I use it, to be fair, exclusively for my Facebook. And there's a girl on my team called Laura. She's not direct to me. She's down south in the 10 Steps team under Craig Skellerin, I think. Oh goodness, I hope I've got that right. But a girl on my team earned £250 in her first few weeks in the business, and by sharing it on Facebook, she increased that to £1,000. So, you know, there's different ways of doing it. But I understand how you feel, Mary. That's exactly how I felt. And then you tell the story. If it's still negative, you just thank Mary for her time, and just let her know that you're looking for people up and down the country. So although it's not for you, who do you know that could use an extra £100 a week? Get some referrals if it's a no, and then we'll just just ask them if they can forward the email to their contacts for you. So to summarise, all you have to do is, or really all you are doing, is finding out if they really are looking and why they're looking. So by going through these questions, you'll find the genuine people. You're qualifying people before you show them the opportunity by asking questions. You're not prejudging them. You're asking the questions, and you're getting the answers, and then you get the appointments with the people who want to take it forward. Just believe in what you're offering and what you're doing, and do it with passion and enthusiasm. So next, what we're going to cover is the online presentation. Now, this would be better done on TeamViewer, or watching a video where you share the screen, which I found a bit difficult trying to do that on the GVO. So hopefully this will make complete sense to you, but if not, I have done a short video which will be up online very soon, showing me actually going through an online presentation for you. But it's basically, you do this. Hello Mary, it's Lynn here, how are you? All the peripheral stuff. Now, have you got your internet up and running okay? Great. Well, just remind me, Mary, what is it your current situation is again? Just listen to the answer and your main reason for responding to the advert. And remind me what kind of income you were looking for. And what was it you liked about the videos, the most important thing for you? That's great. And basically what you're doing there is your rapport building, and you know there's been a gap when you spoke, by asking the questions and re-clarifying the reason why they want to join, or as you can see there, why they will join. Okay Mary, let me take you through the information. And I've already given her the web address, which my one is www.makemoneyfromfb.com, and at the top right you'll see opportunity presentations. Now this is a personal choice, but I'm old school. I like to start off with positive press stories and some income stories. So that page will open up if you visit it later, with positive press stories. Now I don't spend a great deal of time, but I find that this helps to edify the business. People can see that this is a genuine opportunity because there's so much press and success stories out there. And the next page I go on is just showing some income stories. And what I would like to say at this time is please share your checks and your story with me, because the more checks and positive income stories on there, the better. So I also maybe say we're over 90 years old and have successfully traded in profit for all this time. Now, the bulk of the business was coming from the catalogue store to door. However, in 2015, Cleaneasy launched the K-Life catalogue and the online side of the business, and it is actually going through the roof. But tonight, what I'm going to show you, or today, is how you can create your retail profit. And there's 3 ways of doing that. You can advertise online using Facebook and social media. You can post 200 catalogues 2 or 3 times a week for 24 hours. Letterboxing, sorry, that says 24 hours. That should say 48 hours. I beg your pardon. I don't know how that error got there. You can post 200 catalogues twice a week, letterboxing, or you can post 200 for 24 hours 3 times a week. Different ways of doing it. Present 100 catalogues in people's hands each week. So that's just knocking on the door and handing the book. So 3 different ways that we can retail, and it will depend on what advert they've responded to, where you will put the slant of your presentation, if that makes sense. If it's catalogue, use powerful catalogue stories. If it's online, use powerful online. So this is how people get started. At first, what we do is we teach people to collect £1,000 in orders in their first months. Now, again, there's 2 ways of doing this, and I will show you a brief example of both. One, as I said, is making money by advertising products through social media like Facebook. The other way is we teach you how to build a strong customer base with the catalogues. And we get paid, or you get paid, on the profit on the sale of the products. Pretty straightforward. Now, we actually have access to over 2,000 products, including well-known brands like Adidas, Crosshatch, the Beckham fragrances, Vera Wang. If it's a Facebook lead, I would ask if they've seen my selling group, if they're in my selling group, which quite likely they are, because the leads most likely came from there. And what do they think of the products? I've never once asked that question where I haven't had a really extremely positive reply. So that's a good edification for the business and the products. We have a really simple system that anyone can copy of using selling groups on Facebook, and we can also help and teach how to create your own group with your own brand. Now, there's a little bit of statistics here. It's based on finding 20 customers a week online. As the average order per customer is £12.50, with 20 customers per week spending an average of £12.50, that's £250 worth of orders for the week. And over 4 weeks, that produces orders of £1,000. Now, if that was catalogues and Cleaneasy.com products, that would be 21%, which would be 270. Now, what I find is many people, and it's not what I would recommend, do use a lot of K-Life only. K-Life is a catalogue. I'll explain that in a little minute to you, but the products on that are more bargain products, so it's a slightly lower percentage. But from the catalogues, now on the web page, when you get to retail with the catalogues, this, what you see here, is actually printed out in a little box, so you can just follow it from there. And there is also example retail plan with a customer base. You earn 21% retail profit for day one on all the products you sell, including those that you buy for your own personal use. Just leave the catalogue with friends, neighbours, colleagues, local residents, and the catalogue, as you know, does the selling for you. Is there anyone out there that you know that doesn't need household cleaning products and other everyday items? And we recommend with the catalogues is simply deliver and collect 250 catalogues per week over 4 weeks, and you can expect to achieve approximately £1,000 of orders. And as I said before, with the catalogues, that's an income of £270 on a 4-week basis. Now, this is just an example, and it's certainly not a limit, as we've got people who are doing over £1,000 a week online, or over £1,000 a week with the catalogues. You know, handing or posting them out and getting and building a strong customer base. Some people choose to do both and double up on their income. But typically most people start working part-time, 10 to 15 hours a week, online and or the catalogues, until they reach a customer base. Which one would you prefer, Mary, the catalogues or the online side of the business? Or both? Now, a customer base is simply just building a list of regular customers that provide repeat business either online, in your own group, or consistently with the catalogues. After building your 20 customers a week for 3 to 4 months, you'll then have enough customers so you don't need to go doing loads of blanket drops or posting in lots of buying and selling groups. You just need to post a few products on your own selling group per day and put the catalogues out to your regular customers. Now, at this stage, most people will be typically earning £20 to £30 an hour. You might want to share your own story if it's relevant, or a new starter's online story, because my story wouldn't be relevant. So I use my new starters, as you know I do. I use their stories. And there is then, it goes on to retailing the retail profit K Life. And I just have another page where it just explaining that they earn 15% profit from all the products from the K Life. And this, if it was 1,000, they would earn £190. But again, I would reiterate that most people do both, and most people put a lot of Clean Easy products at 21% on their selling groups. Now, you can also increase your income, Mary, by sharing the opportunity. I mean, in the first example, you were paid £1,000 of the products that you retailed. Now you'll be able to see the power of network marketing with just 4 people who do the same as what you do. £1,000 every 4 weeks will earn you a part-time income of £570. Who do you know who'd like to earn an extra week's wages every month? And then £570 is actually more than a part-time income. So how your team can grow. What if with our help we found you another 6 people? That's a group of 10 people plus yourself. Now, on the webpage there are examples, and I've recognised now that I should have perhaps had these visual aids on here, but you can go, this will be rectified in another training, but for now you can go to the webpage and just go through, or go to the video that I'm going to post later on. In the example that I've got on Facebook, I have got Joe, who has got 2 people as well. So I just explained to Mary that Joe is turning over 3,000 with his team, and he earned £390. And the total income in this example is £1,390 for a 4-week period. Shame you can't get a screen sharer on the GVO. Help and support. It's really important that we let them know that there's going to be help, support and training. It's one of the stronger reasons why people join. The most important thing to understand is that we will give you 100% help and support, because we can only successfully grow and expand our own businesses by helping you to grow your business. So it means that we've got a vested interest in your success. There's access to our team support site, which includes detailed video trainings and tutorials. We've got a Facebook team page where you can meet the rest of the team, and access to all our successful people, and all the latest up-to-date information about the business, tips and training videos, and basically one-to-one support from the person who introduced you. Now then, we're going to go through how to get started. Now, keep your posture and be confident. Now, for the time factor, I'm not going to go through all kits. But the bit they want to mention in all of them is the 3 professional designed websites, invoicing and ordering system, drop ship facility and direct PayPal links, access to our support site, and one-to-one coaching on Skype. Please learn and understand what the different kits are. One is an online kit only, but they all have the same facilities. But with this one, you get DVDs and the GoPro book, and also the payment option. As I say, all on the web page or the Clean Easy web pages. It's a good idea to learn the payments and the kits, because it makes it simpler and it makes it flow better when you're explaining the business to them. Now you want to ask for the decision. Now I've told you that all that about the business. Are you less interested or more interested? Yes, they want to proceed. The very next question is, how do you want to pay for your kit? Debit or credit card? Asking this question will highlight the fact that they need to pay for their kit immediately on registration, because you do get that question, don't you? And I'll also avoid going through the registration process with those who are not in a position to pay yet. So it saves you going to the next step if they have a block with regards to the money. They may want to think about it. Now, if some people would chat with them and cover objections and what have you, but what we teach in the system is agree a time within 24 hours to follow them up on a follow-up call. What did you decide, and do you want to get started? And if it's no, you ask for referrals. And that, I believe, is the last slide. So hopefully that's been beneficial to you. I'm just going to stop the recording.